YouTube so that I can make sure that I'm getting stuff through. Hey guys, it is Salty the Geek here, and I'm going to be developing a small game, hopefully. So, come in, take a seat, and hope you enjoy the stream. Oh, that's blaring. I need to set. I don't like these headphones. This is a test. It's a little bit better. Okay, I can work with that. Hey, Artificer, how are you doing? Gotta find a good place for my phone to sit while I do this. Okay. I'm fairly happy with that was loud. Main menu, change log. I'm glad to hear that you're good. How am I going to do this? You know what? I'm going to leave that alone. I don't like the way that it looks right now, but that's something that I can do later. So what I'm going over right now is this little thing right here. It looks too cramped. I don't have anything to play yet. And I've got this options set up. I'm thinking about a small role-playing game. I'm traveling a lot for work and can't exactly play games too much. So I thought about doing a game, making my own game. The game has a page on itch.io. Let's see here, saltygeek.itch.io, dashboard, right here. It's only in draft mode, so it's not there. And you'll see actually this is different than that, because while I was on the plane, I was working on it. This I got uploaded before I went got on the plane. Actually, you know what I could do is yeah, I guess so. It's easy to make in Godot. A lot of the controls take care of the stuff that I needed to. What the heck? My live just dropped. Well, that sucks. Alright, let's see if it fixed. Okay, good. Alright, I'm glad that it's back. So, I don't have any sound assets yet, which I do have graphics and stuff that I bought a long time ago. Actually, that needs to go away. Alright, there's the audio config. So, I guess what I can start doing is setting up components to make things simple for myself later. Let's start off basic. I'm going to call this one hitbox. What was the collision shape, right? I really can't do that. So new folder components. So I'm going to save this one in my components. Area 2D. Make this one the hurt box. Alright, now I have a hitbox and a hurt box. And so what this is going to do is it's going to I'm going to use those to make something be able to attack as well as receive damage. I've got to remember how I did my old actually I improved that. Well, attack is a bad word. It's going to be more the attacks do damage. Alright. Character body 2D. I'm just going to call it character. And that will be a component. Alright. The character is going to control the movement of. Actually, the character is going to be the the character is going to have to be the the very characters themselves. Hearing myself on the screen so that I know that I'm still streaming is actually distracting. Export bar hit box, type of hit box equals null. Oh, because it's an area 2D, not a hitbox. Unless I name it, I could actually call those. Yeah, let's do that. Hitbox.gd class name hitbox. And let's do the same for the hurt box. And this will make sure that I don't accidentally drag this into the wrong thing. Hurt box. And the whole intention of this is to make sure that it's just easily assignable. So now I click here. Where is it? Where's my export? Interesting. The export variable is supposed to be, there it is. So now, if I wanted to, I can take this hurt box, and you see I can't assign it. But if I take this hit box, I can assign it. Or, oh, because it's not there. Duh. Then I take this, there it is. And now it has a hitbox. I'm going to do the same for the hurt box as well. Alright, so we have that at export var anim sprite animated sprite to be equals null. I guess I'll make something fun real quick. Animated sprite 2D here. Yeah, we'll make the component. No, we're not going to call it its own thing. We're actually going to make a folder for the characters themselves, or the sprites. So create new folder, character sprites. So then while that does that, ready assert anim sprite is not equal to null, comma, no sprite assigned cannot generate this character. Does that work? F6. Boom. Yep. So if it is null, it won't carry on. There we go, character sprite. So now let's go back to here, animated sprite, and then we're going to call this one player. This one is going to go character sprites, save. Output. No, it's not output. Oh, dummy. New sprite frames. Here we go. So, and now we get into a discussion. The question is, do I put the directions first? So, southeast idle, southeast move, southeast attack, or do I go idle southeast, idle northeast, idle southwest, idle northwest? I think keeping the main animation names themselves together is better for thought processes. It doesn't mean anything to the code because it's going to match anyway. Idle southeast. Idle northeast. I should have done that. Idle northwest and idle southwest. We have move northeast. Move northwest. God dang it. Move southeast. Move southwest. Alright. So, what we have here. Now, let's just start. Assets. Where was it? Creatures. It's companions. Caves, crypts. Castles and strongholds. Forgotten plains. Nope. That's not the one. Where the heck is it? Creatures. Then we'll go with base humanoids, and I'm going to start with, I guess, a human. Oh, there's Amazon? Well, that's cool. Cancel that. That's not what I was thinking. Player. Human. Rename. Alright. Up. There's townsfolk. That's cool. Alright. Base human. And we're in the idle. Attack. Human idle. So, if you'll see, these have 4 chunks of 4, so I need 16 by 4. Alright. So, this is the idle northeast. Then we're going to repeat, and now if we go to 2D, we come up here to this guy. That's really not fun. Let's grab the idle 16. Here's the southeast. Add frames, and now if we play that, it's going to be kind of fast, but it'll get the point across. Play button, Kevin. There you go. So, it was honestly the decision, what about the plane north, east, west, and south? If you see, these sprites are not set for northeast, west, south. They are on the northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest. Northwest, which is this one. Well, and southwest. All right, I need to change that. I forgot which setting that was. Rendering textures. Was it nearest? Oh, so much better. There we go. Now it looks more clearly. Looks more clear-like. So that's actually all the idle needs to be. I don't really need... And the thing that I have to do now is I have to keep the naming... Oh, thanks. I didn't make it. I purchased these assets, Artificer. So I'll show you the other one. Damage, jump, walk. There we go. In the southeast, I think is the top one. Yep. So let's increase the frames per second to 12. Ooh, that's too fast. 8. That's kind of cool, but 7? That's kind of the thing, but yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I didn't make these assets. I purchased them, and part of the requirement for utilizing them is that I have to give credit to the creator. Desktop, game dev stuff, assets, mini fantasy. All right, so right here, commercial license. You must give credit to me. Until next time. So here's the Krishna Palacio. I'm sorry if I butchered that. That's who I'm using these assets from, and those are also available on itch.io. Move. No. Northeast. And me setting the actual speed means nothing, just so you know. Northwest. And then southeast, or southwest. There. Let me start logging all of these. I need to handwrite these. I need to make sure that I keep consistent naming conventions, because what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up reusing the same names in the animator, and it'll make my entire process easier. So the way that I'm going to actually do this is I'm going to put the formula, so the base animation underscore direction. Now, I don't know how well you can see it, but I've got the formula, and then I've got idle, move, and then, you know, I need hurt and such. Die, I don't think I'm going to need. Attack. Damage, attack, jump. Yeah, I'll do a jump. So, the ones that have the directions are idle, move, hurt, attack, and jump. Although, now my next question. Oh, you know what? Let's see here. There was weapons, assets. No. I saw some. I thought it was in the creatures. Yeah, she's got a weapon. I really thought that I saw some. No, townsfolk can attack. That's cool. I'm looking for. Come on. There's one that shows the attack animation without the weapon, and that particular that allows more things that I can do. There it is. Okay. There we go. I found it. So I'm actually going to note that now. Thrust. See, there's ranged. So it's under the mini fantasy weapons. The endless if arguments, that kind of thing actually comes with a lot of practice. So let's go to some of the code that I've written so far. Where's a good one? See, this right here is the changelog panel, and it dynamically gets everything from the changelog here and plops it into that panel option. Oh, no, changelog. So now, there, let's go to, so whoops. Then now I have to exit because it doesn't do it on update, and I'm not going to go that deep with it because it's going to be deployed. Everything's going to be there. See? And now I don't have to touch any code in order to get the latest and greatest. But back to the code. This is it. This is all the code that was needed. One of the things that I had to learn when I started programming was I had to learn how to extrapolate ideas beyond just if then else. Is there anything that I'd be able to answer for you, Artificer? This particular programming language is specific to the Godot game engine. It's called GDScript. It is a Python-like script that is actually a lot of fun, really easy. If you are interested, let's see here. Godot engine.org. And I've actually got a few tutorials out there that that you could use to learn from. And the engine itself is free and open source and saw a spike in popularity when Unity decided to make a few pricing changes. And I'm not going to disparage the Unity game engine. It's a great tool, but you have to know what you're getting into. Menu, panel options. This one's kind of more advanced. So let's pull up the options panel real quick. That's on the UI? No. Scenes. So you see how I've got all these nested green things in there? A lot of that stuff is here. I have a dynamic system that actually controls the volume. And if I had any sound effects in the sound effect assets and music assets available at the moment, which I have them, I just haven't sourced any of them yet. That doesn't make sense. I have sourced them, I've purchased them, I've just not put them in the project. The game itself would actually play music and such, and so when you adjust the different options here, you'll actually hear the various things change. I actually don't like that. I need to change that. Button close, layout, let's change this down to 35. That's better. Yep. So the biggest piece of advice I could ever give is learning your tool. My tool happens to be the Godot game engine. And there are a lot of things that it offers. You can download it on Steam. It's 100% free. If you make the next biggest thing since Minecraft, you don't have to give any money to you don't have to give anything to the foundation. It's why I have developed a love for free and open source software. So things like Blender is free and open source. LVLC media player, GIMP, Inkscape. But Godot is LMMV is the audio one, but I don't use that. I don't know much about audio, but the Godot game engine is why I got into free and open source software. Give me one moment. I gotta grab a water. All right, anyway. So, yeah, free and open source is a lot of fun. I will tell you the best thing for anyone who has any kind of ideas on what they want to do is to just do it. Here, Artificer, just for you. KENNEY.NL. 100% free assets, whole kits, audio, UI assets, 3D, 2D, pixels, and you'll actually see, like, look at this. Where's the tiny dungeon is used in a lot of tutorials. An amazing guy. I've donated to him frequently. Then you've got the actual Godot game engine itself. The Godot subreddit is a wonderful source on asking questions. Let's go back to itch.io. By the way, Endless Waves here. Let's see here, let me download it. Windows. Downloads. Come on. While that downloads. It's jams. At the end of every week, try jam. Every week, there's this right here. Try jam. it's a challenge to develop a game in 3 hours total. Alright. Let's see here. Endless Hordes. No. Copy. Oh, yeah, there we go. You see the little Godot emblem here. I originally wrote this game in... Oh. Crap. I wrote this game originally in 2018. It is a horrible game. It took me a weekend to write this. I was just learning how to program at that point. Video games have always interested me. I've been playing video games pretty much since I was born, roughly. I didn't randomize. No. As you can see, they're damaging the character without even yeah, no problem, Artificer. But they were damaging her whenever they weren't even done attacking. Not being next to her. That background, I made that all by myself. Everything else was just pirated assets. This actually was a font. I would hate to look at the code. I manually positioned everything. This background is what I was talking about, the tree. I mean, it's so much fun. It's a horrible, horrible game. And because of this game, I think that I was the original person, the person that originally wrote the Vampire Survivor genre. It's free for download if you want to play it. Let's see here. This one is an Android game. I don't even know if Androids can run this anymore. These assets were in a book, Learn the Godot game engine in 24 hours. Sam's Teach Yourself. That was just me playing it. Let's see here. Godot All Tiles. This one actually, the Gothic Mania, was written in Godot 3.4, but it actually is one of my favorites. And I have access to these assets too. This was me as well, obviously. Shit. And that's perfectly fine. That's the kind of stuff that you start with. Oops. Nope. But this one is it was a demo. God damn it. It's buggy. And this is the end of it right here. Like I said, this one was written in Godot 3.5, and I had every intention of reprising this this one, but never did. This background asset was actually AI. These assets are available for purchase, much like the mini fantasy stuff. Let's see here, dashboard. Pathfinder 2 e-character generator, which is incomplete. I wrote this in Godot. Are you starting to sense a theme yet? Look, and that's right after I took up the Salty the Geek moniker about a year ago. So, create a character, you click this, and it brings you to the archives of Nithis about what you just clicked. It made a name, set the race, gave a heritage. And so you go to player core, brings all kinds of stuff. Oh my god. Gave her a sex, a background, class, and gave some base stats. There's some of your skills. And this isn't even complete. There's a character's concept generator. To 10 at a time. Additional resources. And then the changelog. See the same thing that I was doing then, that I applied that same principle here. Changelog. So and now Spellbound and Steelsworn. So all of this stuff is available. I'm happy to show you and go over code with you. Just an idea for that actually is for that particular one. Again, this one, if I run the tool, this change log is just a versioning. But if you pay attention to this one, 2024-0929.1, so September 29th, 2024, the first, well, not first, but the Genesis 00, but 01 So the next time I make more big changes, and I need to make the change in the change log right here. So look at that, year, month, day, and then number. And so I come down here. That's just my template, by the way. So I come down here, 2024-09-30.01, whoops. Then array. This is a test of the logging thing jig. Comma, not in. And so now, F5, there's a new entry. You see version 2024-09-30.01. Now if I go into the actual changelog itself, you can see, there it is. Yep. So, what other questions can I answer for you, Artificer? Let's see here. What was this error? Oh. Event bus. That's actually something I need to do. Well, let's go back to making the player. This was under the weapons that I wanted to. Assets, weapons. Do I want to keep? You know what? I'm gonna delete these. I'm gonna grab them from the same folder, so that I don't get them confused. All right. Idle. Northeast. Idle. West. Now watch. The weapons don't have the items, right? Creatures, weapons, undead. Learn to spell code. There we go. Attacks. Shit. So base humans, human. Oh shit. It means that the Amazon only has, well, she's only got the one weapon. Do I care? That's the question. Let me go check real quick, just to be certain. There is a lot of contention in that question, and for me, it is much better that my code looks clean, because the idiot that comes in the future is going to have to debug that. Who's that idiot in the future? You. And you definitely don't want to screw yourself on that. Guard? The heck is a guard? Oh, a shield. Cool. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna have to look at what's available. Buckler, Iron Shield, so charge attack, range attack, slash attack. Characters? Dwarf, elf, goblin, halfling, human, orc. I guess I'm gonna have to keep it without the extra humanoid characters. That kinda sucks. Or I just use the extra characters with their only weapons. Just keep them as non-player characters. If you'll see. Oh, and actually, to put this more into perspective about the code, watch. To keep things from being a jumbled mess, delete, tab, 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 shift tab. See, Godot tries to keep you on track. Alright. So, here. Let's go back to the characters. Creatures. Base humanoids. Let's go with the humans. So, what are the other ones? Orc. Wild orc. He's got hair. He's got a loincloth. Alright, we're an idol. Southwest, I think, was this one. Southeast. Northwest, which was this one. No. It's this one. Somewhere northwest and northeast. Ugh. Alright, so idle. Now we have move. I don't need that right now. Move northeast. Move northwest. Move southeast. Hey, Crafty. There's not much to it right now. This is like very basic Genesis. No play. But I do have this stuff. Here, I'll show you one that I have to download it again. Download, Windows. Let that download while I do a little bit while that downloads. I'm gonna Southwest. I'm just working on a little bit more base work. This is just boilerplate. Yes, I am using an asset pack. It's actually available on itch.io. So I go to my dashboard, my library, my purchases. Judging by your graphic, are you a Roblox developer? I'm using come on. Look at all this. These are all assets. Things that I've purchased that I've not used. But I'm using this right here. Krishna Palacio. That actually is a point of contention. How much do I stream? I need to actually stream more. Yeah, so do you do Roblox development, or what do you develop on or with? What is your environment? All these purchases, and that's just on this. Let's go to Humble Bundle, library. Oh, I gotta put in a code. Come on. While that does that, Cinti Studios. No, that's what? My downloads. More assets. These are 3D. I don't think I'm quite there yet, though. Now, in due fairness, the Humble Bundle purchases are not just assets. There's things like Dungeon Draft and other things that I've 3D printable stuff, things that I've used for other reasons. Ah, awesome. Also currently practicing using Python framework. I know Pygame. I'm a fan of Python. Did you publish any of your games, Crafty? Move. Southeast and southwest. Alright, so move hurt. Okay, so hurt animations. Hurt northeast. Found out about GitHub, and I've been adding to my repository. Generally don't publish games because I don't finish them. I think most of us are guilty of that, Crafty. I will be earnestly surprised. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you. I'll be earnestly surprised if this game makes it to finish, makes it to the end. So this was made in Godot 4.3. Maybe just 3.2. This one made it to the end. Dang it. Dang it. This one served its purpose. There's that one. As I was showing earlier, I've got my dashboard. I've got Asteroid Shooter. I've got a couple free tile sets that I made. Gothic Mania is the one that I'm most proud of. I hope I can hit my enemy. Yeah, see, spike trap. Here's a bug. I want to make a survival game like that zombie one, but more fast-paced and intense. 2D Doom kind, 2D shoot 'em up, I would say. Let's see here. If you need assets, I don't know if you know about Kenny, but Kenny's a great place to find assets. He's also got on here. Let's go back to the dashboard. Mr. Maker. Yeah, ignore that. Come on. Oh my god. All adult crap. I swear he made a little monster maker. That's not what I was looking for. Ship maker? Okay, fine. He's got a couple run in your browser makers. Was it Kenny? I swear it was Kenny. Because it was that style stuff. I have been coding. I coded professionally for a company for about 9 years, but did not code video games. I coded video games on my own, just having fun. But I've been coding for about 10 years. I swear he had some like run in your browser stuff. Creature mixer. Right here. And so you can take some of the stuff that you get from his website, you know, go back to assets, tools. I bet you I could have found it here, huh? Yep, right there. But you could take some of the stuff that you find on his website and make other stuff to supplement it using things like this. Nice. Now I'm told that Unreal is really hard to make 2D games with. Welcome to the Discord, Crafty. Appreciate having you here. And thank you, Artificer. Let's close some of this stuff down. That would be pretty cool. I would love to be able to do other things. Now, I don't just stream game development. I also stream gameplay. In fact, that's how Artificer found me, was through gameplay of Sea of Thieves. Hurt southeast and Hurt southwest. Southwest first, which is this one. Oh, that was wrong. That was north. Where's my delete frames? V-Rising. Neverwinter Nights. I do tabletop role-playing games with my kids. Started to do a campaign and just lost steam immediately with the community. Apex Legends. I think that's pretty much it right now. There's nothing the community did. I just travel. Like, I've been up since 3 this morning, and it's 11 o'clock at night where I am now. Hurt northwest, which is this one. Have I ever gotten into CS2? No. I'm guessing that's Counter-Strike. Attacks. So, Artificer, if you remember earlier, I had a formula for doing my animations, and now that I have these weapons, I need to make a new brain part. A new whatchamadoodle. Are you any good at it, Crafty? Formula. That was the word I was looking for. A new formula for these attacks. So, I'm thinking maybe ATK attack type and then direction. So ATK for attack, then the attack type, and then the direction in which the character is facing. As far as shooters are concerned, Apex is pretty much it. But I used to be really good at Battlefield. But I was a teenager, so 23 years ago-ish. let's see here. ATK slash and then direction, so southwest. So let's look at it. Slash sword. Oh, cool. All right. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. So human. Let's go back to weapons. So slash characters human and then attack slash southwest. So this one. So there's the base animation right there. And generally on most days, first person shooters are my type of game. That's awesome. There is a book out there. Since you used to do Roblox, Sam's Teach Yourself. I think this was it. I want to say this one does a battle royale. Nope. Roblox book. There's one that teaches you how to, and I have it. I own it at home. There is a book out there for Roblox that teaches you how to code a battle royale, and it takes you through the entire steps and everything that you need to do. All the Lua crap. So local, the variable name I think is the syntax. So it'd be like local health. You'd have your local equals script dot parent dot health, whatever that was. If you had like and then you can use that variable, that health variable, to do with what you need to. No, I play CS2 mainly because it's free. I also play Minecraft and Terraria. I opened a Minecraft server for the community. I don't know if it's still running. Another game that I lost a lot of steam on. Call of Duty DMZ is also free. I also play Minecraft and DMZ, first-person extraction shooter. Extraction shooters are ones that I wanted to get into, and that actually is a pet project of mine. That is... Give me a moment. Oh. Shadows of the Depths. It is a pet project that I want to get into, a multiplayer extraction game that is a little bit deeper than just extraction. It's a roguelite that I want to build. Oh, what was this guy? That's new. We're going with the ancient stuff. Call of Duty, there we go. Started on Roblox, for me wasn't a great choice for me, as it was hard for me to learn about how things work. For example, it doesn't teach you classes. Yeah, that's a true statement. I was scared of functions, and arrays scared me too. That's absolutely, yep. That makes perfect sense. But the Shadows at the Depths, I want to use Senti models for. It'll be a multiplayer, probably 4 teams of 4, and you go through dungeons and survive. I'm getting used to functions, classes, and arrays, but I want to learn more about them. Well, what questions do you have, Crafty? That's too slow. Pew, pew, pew. Alright, sorry. Shift F12. Yes! ATK slash. ATK slash northeast. I need southeast. I have an idea for a magic-based battle royale with approximately 300 spells. That is ambitious. The more magic systems you have, the more I recommend learning. Really, Kevin? Shaders. Never tried Call of Duty Warzone. No. But I might one day, I guess. How can I utilize arrays more, as well as understand how to think as a programmer is my top priority. So, thinking like a programmer, God, once you figure that one out, let me know. It's about taking a problem that you've got, this just problem. You want to figure it out. The problem that I have with this is that all the cards are stuck. What things do I have to do to unstuck these cards? So I need to add actions to it. I want to push. That's a bad example. You just break it down into its smallest, most manageable pieces. As far as arrays, I highly recommend that you look into data types. So let's go back to my scripts, and so Godot is a great var. My int, it's a type of int, equals 0.0. It's gonna bomb. No, 0.1. There we go. That really? Yeah, why would you let me do a frickin' integer on that? Var my float type of float equals hello world. Data types are the key to all of programming because it exposes various things that you can do. As you can see here, type of void, these functions just do something and then they're done. Ready actually needs to return void as well. You see I've got container entries is a type of VBox container, and if I put anything in there besides a VBox container, it would bark at me. Plus it exposes things that I can do with it. If you look, container entries, and it also takes care of things for me on the back end. Why that bothers me? Why did that allow that? Would container entries be a variable for a class? Yes. This VBox container is a class. It is a built-in class by Godot. And so when I plug a different kind of class into that, Godot doesn't compile right. It doesn't like it. But something that I was doing earlier is I was making my own class names. So you see this right here. Class name of Hurtbox. If I go into my components folder and I go into character, you see I've got a hitbox, a hurtbox, and an animated sprite exposed. So you've got hitbox, hurtbox, and animated sprite here. I'm going to drop the hitbox on it, the hurtbox, and character sprites. I'm going to take this one and put it on there. So I've got these various things that are available now. So if I take this human player and I try to put it in here, it does not allow me. I can click the assign button and it's only going to allow me to take anything that's a class of a hurtbox. So now this hurtbox is assigned. Same thing with the hitbox. And if I run this scene as it is right now, because I didn't give it a class of an animated sprite, it's null. It's empty. It's got nothing. It barks at me and reminds me, oh crap, I screwed up. So now if I go back to here, and drag that in, and then I can rerun it. Now it'll run. And he's way up there in the corner. It's hard to see. Classes are just a that's a bug. Classes are nothing more than just a collection of common functions. Would making a class that extends another class be taking in attributes from that extended class? Yes. So let's take this one and I'm going to call it class name ASDF. So now I've got this particular class, and let me give it the animated sprite again. And let's make something up. So I want this, sure, yep, let's put it in root because I plan on throwing it away. I'm going to save this also in root because I'm going to throw it away. And at export var PWR type of ASDF equals null. And so now I can take that character wherever it went, make it a that, and as you can see, this node 2D now has the things that are available to it, and that actually goes down, so you can pass information down. So if I extend, okay, sorry, let me go back to like node TD has attributes, position as a vector 2 because it's a 2D. You have your X and your Y. So if I extend node 2D, can I change its X and Y from that script? Yes, you absolutely can. Delete these so I don't accidentally forget them. Find out, oh man, maybe I should make a trash folder. So that is the beauty of the way that the node system is structured, is that you can utilize classes over and over again and make more subclasses. In fact, let's go back to which one was that? The VBox container. Where is it? Scripts. Panel. If you see, inherits, box container, container, control, canvas item, node, object. What that means is that every one of those parent classes, you have access to everything that was built on top of that. No, Node 2D does not have a depth. Position X, position Y, and then you also have the scale. But you're thinking of Node 3D. Position X, Y, and Z. Then your rotation and your scale. Now, this is in Godot. Maybe Unreal has a depth for the 2D nodes. Salty, a more general question for when you get the chance, how do I How do I shift away from thinking simply of if-then arguments? It's a great question. And yes, Y Sword is awesome. Let's see here. Think about what you're trying to achieve. So, what you may be trying to achieve, I'll give you one example. Crap, I took it out because I found a better way. Okay, so func, oops, nothing takes void match on var ASDF type of string equals empty match ASDF case hello pass world, oops, bang pass else pass. So an if statement is nothing more than a conditional check, and it does not matter what you're checking against. This match statement is the same thing. I'm just trying, as opposed to making it an if then else, I'm using a match case, so I'm just finding an exact case. Oopsie, I haven't used Godot in a long time. Used to Unreal Engine, way of 2D and 3D, but on a plane with Z as depth. Yep, that's something that you're going to run into whenever you switch engines. Yeah, cases are awesome. So, it's back to your question, Artificer. You have to honestly think about what you're trying to achieve. Is the if statement really what you need? Because you also have while statements. While X do the thing. Oh God, alright, fine. Var X bool equals false. Oh, and ASDF is still a class. Crap. Yeah, I need to. That would have actually caused bugs. Where was I? Right here. So, does that help at all, Artificer? Good. I'm honestly glad to hear that. I really am. I'm happy to teach. You just ask the question. Look at all these H sliders. Class of H slider inherits from slider, which is a range, which is a control, which is a campus item, which is a node. Sorry, a slider which is a child of a range, which is a child of a control, which is a child of a canvas item, which is a child of a node, which is a child of an object. But those H sliders are used for volume controls. My advice is to take things slow and make sure you actually understand the code. That is a great piece of advice. And I would take it just a little further. Don't just understand the code itself. Understand why the code was coded the way it was. Comments are your friends, by the way. This would actually be a great example right here. Right here. So you see the 4 bus in range of audio server.bus count. So we go to the audio. Here's the various buses that I've created. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Iterate through all the audio buses and add them to the audio buses dictionary to be later referenced in the code. So I have the audio buses dictionary right here. So audio buses of audio server. Stop, Kevin. Audio server.get bus name, and it takes an integer. So what this essentially is going to do is debug audio buses. And then we'll F5, and so you'll see the output from that. It tells you mastered is the 0th audio. 1 is music. 2 is effects. 3 is voices. And 4, which is environment. And then I use that later. Where did I use it? Oh, right here. So I grabbed the audio buses and made custom functions. Change volume. So the slide master volume, the volume changed signal, and I connected it to a custom function of change volume. So if we go down to the change volume, here's the value that it's setting it to, and then which bus. And so it's going to find audio bus as a master, which is the 0, and it's going to change all that. That one single function call is going to control all of the volume changes for the game. And I did the same basic thing with the checkbox, the mute checkboxes. So here, mute bus. Audio server, set bus mute, which bus, and toggled on. So, I do need to get off of here. I've got to take a shower. I've got to get up at 5:30 in the morning, go work out, and I got work tomorrow. Are there any other last minute questions that I can answer? So, if you remember, I'm actually going to touch on this one more time. If you remember, I was making these formulas for the various animation names. Those animation names are going to be the same despite human, orc, goblin, whatever. And so I can use this animated sprite 2D on a base character class, so it's reusable. It's a component. The character is going to have a component of an animated sprite, and I can pass the same animation name into the player, not to the player, but the engine, so that it plays those animations. And I only have to code it one time. It's the beauty of functions, reusability. And that is not that one, this one. That is where these two lines of code came from. Before you explain the thing I asked, my thought process was pretty much, let's say I was trying to make mantling. It would be if next to a wall, and a wall is manable, and wall correct height, spacebar is pressed, then mantle. Aha. Okay. So that, I can see where you were coming from. You're getting into something called state machines, and that's going to actually end up being something in here. So, whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. Don't save. Other node, create state machine. If condition is met, and other condition, and other condition, and other condition, how do you control all of that? And that's where Gothicmania actually was created. Let's go into saltythegeek.itch.io / Gothicmania, I think is it. I started to work on this project as a way to learn about state machines. I like the way the player movement worked. The plan is to flesh this one out. Obviously, I didn't. But state machine is an easy way to conceptualize, only in specific instances do I want X to happen. So, last call, everyone. I've got happy to answer any other questions that you guys have. And the state machine actually is going to be something that I build in. State machine. Oh wait. I wonder if I'm going to use animation tree has a state machine. Yeah, no problem, Artificer. Come on. I broke the machine, guys. Come on. Come on. Who's a good engine? You're a good engine. Come on, Godot. You've got this. You've got this. Or not. While it's doing what it's going to do. Animation tree. So an animation tree root actually has its own state machine. And that's something I've not taught myself to utilize yet. And so you can set certain conditions in your base code, and once those conditions are met, this particular node will take care of playing the proper animation, possibly even playing the proper sound effects and doing what it needs to do without you touching much code. I'm probably going to start working on learning this programming language tomorrow. Well, technically later today. That's fair. It's a lot of fun. I have the, Boo. I have, YouTube videos that I've created that are available to teach you a few things. It's my master series. Master this in 90 seconds, which is not true. You can't master anything like that. Your channel. And playlists. Let's see here. 90-second. But I went through quite a few things and showed you how to do specific things. In this particular instance, I was just teaching the user how to make an options panel. By the end of it, you've got pretty much. Oh, cool! I wish I was monetized. But I actually need to steal that code for myself. But you got yourself a little option panel. Grid container teaches you how to utilize it. The volume sliders, the panel. Mastering themes, that's how I did this. Little progress bars, which can be used for like health and such. So, yeah. Well, I appreciate it. So, I thank every one of y'all for coming in and visiting. Crafty, I appreciate the subscription. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. If you guys have any questions, jump on my Discord. I'm there quite often. And might play some games together, or
develop games together. So, appreciate you guys. Have a good night.